Hello and welcome to Beginner's Yoga. So my name is Terri and this is a beginner yoga class. And some of you know me from the library from years back as we were doing live in-person classes, and we're hoping that maybe this spring we can do that again. But for now, we're going to do a virtual class, and we're going to start actually with some breathing, and then we're going to do a balance, and then I'm going to show you a yoga flow. Most important thing is just to listen to your body and do what works for you. So we're going to actually start standing nice and tall. So I want you to bring your feet about hip distance apart and feel your feet grounded to the floor, and then begin to lift nice and tall. So relax your shoulders away from your ears. And it's important to keep a nice lengthened spine. So the shoulders are down and away. And there's like a little hook, they call it the sky hook, at the top of the crown of your head, and it's drawing you upward. So before we start, I want to show you some rib breathing, it's called. So take a nice slow deep breath right now wherever you are. And then notice if there was any lifting in the shoulders or lifting in the chest. A lot of people, when they take a deep breath, their chest lifts, the shoulders lifts, and that means you're breathing too much from the chest and not enough from the belly of the diaphragm. So that's called vertical breathing because the breath is coming up, going up and down, kind of bobbing. Well, if you take your hands just at the base of your ribs, this is called horizontal breathing, and it helps to, create that nice diaphragmatic full breath. So we're going to take a nice in-breath again, and I want you to focus on expanding your hands in your ribs as you take a deep breath, and then exhale and gently squeeze and get all that old stale air out of your lungs. So let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. Do a couple of those. Remember, you're breathing from the belly. Just like a baby, they just let their belly expand front and back and side to side. So let's do two more. Nice full breaths. Get some good energy and oxygen into the body. Good, and then just relax your arms at your side. We're going to warm up real quick, and we're going to start with some neck and shoulder exercises. So I want you to take a nice deep breath and look over your right shoulder. Just a nice easy neck stretch, and then inhale back to center. Exhale, look over the opposite shoulder. And then inhale back to center. Take your shoulders. Give me a couple little shoulder circles back. Just to loosen the shoulders. And then we're going to go ahead and warm up the spine. And we're going to begin by taking the arms up. So if you have trouble lifting your arms over your head, you can just stop here at the shoulders. And what we're going to do is we're going to interlace the fingers. And then we're going to round the back. And then we're going to inhale back up. So if you don't have shoulder problems, you can try maybe getting more range of motion while you inhale all the way up. Interlace the fingers, and then again round the back as the hands come forward. So the knees are soft, you're pulling your navel in towards your spine. Good, nice middle back stretch. Good, and release. Let's do that one more time. Remember, you can stop halfway. Exhale as you round. Good, and then release. And then we're going to take the right arm, we're going to lift it up, and now the back also can stretch laterally side to side. And then we're going to go to the other side. So again, if you have a shoulder issue, you're just going to stretch over the chest and maybe just slightly over the head. So range of motion depends on you. So let's try that one more time. And you decide how high you want to go. Stretching over the side. And then switching. Take a nice deep breath as you lift your arm. Exhale as you guide it over. And then we're going to bring it back. So there's another thing you can do if you're needing to come across the chest. You can take the other hand, instead of at your side, you can bring it behind you and then reach. And then of course the arm can go overhead too. And then you take a nice deep breath and get a little deeper stretch in the spine. Good, and then inhale back. And then we're gonna do a nice twist. So the spine also can rotate. So we're gonna take the arms halfway up, soften those elbows like you're hugging a giant tree, and then you're just gonna twist, looking over to one side, and then bring it back to center, and then just twist, look over to the other side. And if you want to get more range, you can do this also with the arms overhead, where you interlace the fingers and you just soften those knees and just rotate from side to side. So as you look towards the wall, the spine follows. And remember, again, just keep the arms low if your shoulders are tight. Good, a couple more times. We're just rotating from side to side. Great, and then come back to center. So we're gonna move down the body. We're gonna start with the hips. So these are just called hip circles, and it loosens up the hip joint. The hip joint is the largest joint in the body, so it's important to move it. And of course, you want to build up strength in the hips and lower body to make sure you can handle a balance if you slip. So balancing requires a lot of lower body strength, and of course core too. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the feet together and then just soften your knees and make some nice little circles. So just warming up those kneecaps. Circle the other direction. And then let's warm up the feet. So we're going to take the feet again hip distance apart. Take one leg out, and then we're just going to bring that foot in and out. So that supporting leg is soft. This is all coming from the hip joint. So we're working internal, external rotation in the hips. So the internal obliques are called the adductors. The external obliques on the other side, are called abductors, AB. So easy rotation. And then we're gonna point the toe, bring the toe to the floor, and then heel comes down. Point and flex. Good, and then bring it back in. The other leg comes out. And then with the supporting leg, a little bend in the knee as you just twist in and out. Internal, external rotation for the thighs. Adductors, abductor. I said obliques before, the side obliques are right here. This is abductor, adductor. Good, and then point and flex. So we worked and warmed up the inside and the outside of the thigh on purpose because we're going to work on a balance using the strength of our upper legs. So we're going to bring the feet together. This is called rock the boat. So again, the feet are a good hip distance apart, so feel comfortable. Good, we're going to take our hands and just place them on our hips. And I just want you to lift one heel and then the other. Just get comfortable shifting your weight from one leg to the other. Good, a couple more. And then we're going to take the feet even wider. And what we're going to do is I want you to rock, lifting the heel, and again just going from one side to the other, shifting your weight. And then we're going to try and actually pick up one of the legs. So we're going to shift our weight, hands at your side or out to the side, and then just lift a leg. Place it down on the ground, shift your weight, place all the weight into the other leg, and then see if you can actually pick it up. So maybe just flex the foot and then bring that toe back down, shift your weight, lift the heel, and then just kind of slowly pick up that toe, see how that feels. And then bring it down. Remember, you can do this with a chair. Good, and then if you're more advanced, you can shift your weight and just bring that leg up with the toe facing forward. So you're using those upper legs. And you can take it to the next level even, where you do 3 shifts from leg to leg, and the third one, you hold the leg. You try and balance here. One leg. And then you shift 1, 2, and 3. Hold the other leg up. And then shift 1, 2, 3, and hold. And last time, shift 1, and remember, you could be just a lift of the heel, and then maybe just lifting the toe. Good, and take it down. And then bring those feet together, check it out. So you should have really felt that, in the hips and the outer thighs. So we're gonna shake it out, and we're gonna do one more balance. And this is a tandem feet balance, which find a place, if you have a sticky mat, that's great, or a piece of carpet, because we're gonna inhale our arms up, and then you're gonna step forward with one leg. Now this is the 3/4 balance. So right now you can just stay here, think about lifting and growing nice and tall, or you can take that front leg and bring it in front of the other leg. So the heel is in front of toe, tandem feet. You're gonna squeeze your inner thighs, you're gonna lift from the crown. You're gonna relax the shoulders. You can turn the palms up and then down. So while you're balancing in tandem feet, you can do some upper body work. But you want to make sure your weight is evenly distributed on the front and back foot. Maybe practice making a fist and stretching your fingers from wall to wall, or make a fist. Stretch the fingers. And one more time, we're going to make a fist and stretch the fingers. So I'm looking about 6 feet in front of me, and then I'm going to bring my feet together again. Feet are hip distance apart. So between 6 and 8 feet. If you're really tall, maybe 6 to 7 feet. You want to look out in front of you. If you're real tall, over 6 feet tall, then you want to be about 8. Your eyes should be about 8 feet in front of you. So while we're looking at the ground, that's going to keep our eyes focused on one spot, and that'll help with balance quite a bit. So the body likes to go where the eyes go. So if you're looking around the room, the body likes to follow, and that's how you'll quickly lose your balance. So we're going to take the other leg. You're going to shift our weight, and then we're going to bring that leg forward like a little baby step. Inhale the arms. So just test it out. See if your balance is good here. And you might want to stay right here and then just do the arms. Or you might want to bring heel in front of toe. And then again, think about engaging your core. So pull your navel in. Squeeze your inner thighs. Good, and then maybe add the upper body. Palms up, palms down. And then you can also make the fist. And you can stretch those fingers. Make a gentle fist. And stretch. One more time, make an easy little fist squeeze and extending. Good, exhale the arms. Make sure you take the legs apart. Good, shake it out. Good, and then we're going to work on, now that we've warmed up and already done our balance, we're going to work on a yoga flow. And we're actually going to start doing some things just standing in the center of our mat or wherever you are. We're going to take a nice deep breath, inhale the arms, interlace the fingers again, and then the palms are going to reach up. And then we're going to stretch nice and tall. And then you're going to exhale out. So let's do that one more time. Just take a nice full breath. Interlacing the fingers and stretching. Good, and then exhale down. Good, now this time we're going to inhale, but bring the arms so that they're shoulder height. We're going to soften the knees, and we're going to bend the knees as the arms swing back. And then we're going to inhale, float the hands all the way up towards the ceiling if this feels all right. Otherwise, chest height is fine. Exhale, bend the knees. The knees are over feet. The hips glide back. So it's like we're coming back into, this is a squat, but it's like we're sliding back into a chair behind us. Inhale and stretch, and again, go as high as it's comfortable. Exhale, swing. Good, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good, inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. And then we're going to turn this into an airplane. So we're going to exhale, coming down. We're going to hinge forward. We want to fold about halfway down with a nice straight back, or you could go just a quarter of the way. But you want to make sure your back is straight and you're hinging from your hips. Good, the arms are behind you, like a jet plane. Take a couple breaths here. Keep your knees bent. Drop your arms forward, bring them up wherever you feel comfortable so you can come parallel to the ground. And then we're going to exhale back. And then some of you will be able to go right into chair, which is arms near the ears. Do what works for you. And then exhale, swing back. Good, one more time. You go wherever you feel comfortable. If it's better to have the arms parallel to the floor, stay right here. Good, and then stretch up. Excellent. So we're going to do just like we did with the tandem feet. We're going to shift our weight over to one leg and then take a step forward. And we're going to maybe go a little farther. Now, it depends upon you. If you're a beginner, just a baby step forward, a little bigger step if you're more of a veteran. We're going to do the same thing that we did just a minute ago with the squats. So we're going to inhale, bring the arms up, and again, decide how high you want to go. And soft knees, we're going to exhale, flat back, hinging from the hips, keeping your legs nice and stable, and then inhale back up. Good, exhale into plane, airplane. Inhale and stretch. Good, exhale, soft knees, hinging forward, long spine. As the fingers reach back, the crown reaches forward. Good, two more. Inhale, stretch, and exhale, swing. Last time, inhale up, and then we're gonna hold it. We're gonna fold forward. We're gonna drop the heart. So we're leading with the heart, but the fingers are reaching behind us. So you'll really feel a stretch in the hamstrings and even in the lower back. Then take a nice deep breath, bring it up. Bring that foot back and then step the other leg forward and you decide. So just a comfortable step. So we're gonna start again and I want you to make sure you haven't locked your knees. So you have soft knees. You're gonna take your time inhaling, decide how high you wanna go, big breath up. And then on the exhale, as you come forward, you're hinging from the hips. You're leading with the heart. Good, swing those arms back. Beautiful, inhale up. And you can bend your knees as much as you need to if those hamstrings are tight. Good, inhale, stretch. Exhale, gently swing back. Good, two more. Beautiful, last one. And see if you can hold it. So you're lengthening the spine. And if this is too much, you can always take your hand on your thigh for a little bit of support. you're looking down at the ground. Good, and then you're gonna inhale, lift from the crown, take that back, front leg back to meet the other. Good, and then again, just take a nice deep breath, stretch it up. Good, and exhale down. And then inhale all the way up. So if you had struggled with that at all, you might wanna work on some squats on your own because the chair requires a lot of strength in your upper legs. And this quadricep muscle should be worked every single day. They call it that independent muscle because once you lose strength in your quadriceps, you lose your independence because it's what we need to get in and out of chairs and in and out of our bed. So we're gonna go ahead and do some squat exercises. I want you to keep your feet hip distance apart. Swing the arms forward and again slide those hips back and then come back up. Slide down and then come back up. So try and start with 10 a day. Just 10 nice squats to build up strength in the legs. The arms reach forward. Or if this bothers you, you can also squat and take the arms out to the side if this is easier. Good, gliding the hips back, maybe reaching the arms from wall to wall, if that feels better. Good, but start with 10 and then each day add another one until you get up to 20. Good, last time, take a nice deep breath. Exhale out. Good, and release. And then again, you can take your hands to your heart. You come into a prayer twist where you squat and you look to the right, keeping the hands still at the heart. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist the other side. Good, and then return to center and stand. Excellent, good, shake out those legs. Good, we're gonna work on some flow. We're gonna start at the edge of our mat, so we're gonna come to one end. We're gonna take a nice deep breath. And then we're gonna exhale down, and then we're gonna step one leg back in a nice wide stance. And this back leg's at a 45-degree angle. The front knee is gonna bend. And we're gonna inhale, bring both arms up. And we're gonna exhale, coming into warrior one. And then inhale and stretch. Good, exhale to cactus. Inhale and stretch. Exhale, cactus. Inhale and stretch. And then you can come into cactus and just hold it here. Take the hands behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades, and maybe even folding forward where you look down at the ground. And everybody's different. Some people can go low. But remember that front knee is tracked over your ankle. Good. And then we're going to inhale back up. And then we're going to turn, so we transition into warrior two. So some of you can take a wider stance. Watch that front knee. We're going to reach from wall to wall. Good, and then we're going to again come into cactus arms. And then we're going to go ahead and inhale up. Exhale, pull those elbows back down. Inhale, stretch. Keeping that lower body in that warrior two stance. We're gonna just do one more. Inhale, lift the arms. And then exhale, hold it. We're gonna look over that extended arm. Coming back into warrior two, and we're gonna hold. You can stay here, or you can lift that front arm up towards the ceiling, going into reverse warrior. Good, and then exhale down. Back to warrior two. Good, straighten the leg. Turn so that you're facing forward. Your legs are in a straddle. You're gonna inhale all the way up. You're gonna exhale, fold forward. And remember, we hinge and we just lead with the heart. Hands on the thighs. We're gonna do a little back stretch by just dipping one shoulder in. Stretching throughout the back and then inhaling back to center. Just dip the other shoulder. So repeat that. Or if you'd like, you can take one hand to the ground and the other arm lifts for windmill. Or a variation of that, so we can start center, you're hinging forward, lowering the heart, and then you dip. And if you want to take the fist to the ground, and then maybe work on leg extension and reach that arm to the ceiling. Good, and then exhale down. Both hands on the thighs. We're gonna bring it up, and then we're gonna take the other leg, turn it to 45. This leg turns so that we can go to the other side and work on warrior 1 and 2. So we're gonna start again with a lunge. And if you have to step it in, feel free. That knee is trapped over ankle. Take a deep breath up. And then exhale to cactus. Inhale and stretch. Exhale, lower. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, lower. Good, stay here. Or take the hands again behind the back. Squeeze, and as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, you can open up the heart and look forward, or you can even hinge towards that front leg. And go wherever you feel comfortable. Good, lift from the crown of the head because we're going to inhale back up. We're going to turn so that we're in warrior 2. So those arms are reaching wall to wall. Make sure that knee is still right over the ankle and it's not rolling in. We're going to breathe here. Then we're going to take our arms back to cactus. Keep the lower body still. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop the elbows. Good, inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Last time. See if you can inhale the arms up. Exhale, down. Look over that front arm. Stay here or take it into reverse warrior. You follow that front hand up towards the sky. Hold it. Beautiful. And then exhale back to warrior 2. Straighten both legs. Walk your feet together. And we're actually going to come down and finish with some stretching. So I'm going to let you come down to the floor any way you want. So I like to cross my legs, start to bend my knees, and just ease myself down. So we're going to be lengthwise to our mat. We're going to take the legs out. We're going to do a little bit of core exercise right now, and then we're going to stretch. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. I want you to reach underneath your knees. Lift your toes off the floor. And then leaning back, see if you can lift that one leg off the ground. And then lower the heel and lean forward. Take a nice deep breath. On the exhale, you're leaning back. You're going to pick up the other leg, just to 90 degrees. Inhale, back to center, sit up really nice and tall. So you're trying to find your sit bones. We're going to do it again and see if we can lift both legs. Take a nice deep breath. Gently lean back, find your sit bones. Raise one leg, and if it feels all right, try raising the other leg. So you can keep the feet flexed, so you can point the toes. This is called the boat. You can stay right here with your arms behind your knees, or you can actually release the arms. Reach your arms towards, your fingers towards the wrists, the wrist towards the ankles, and then think about lifting your heart center. Take a couple breaths here. And then when you get tired, just leaning forward, bringing your heels back down. Good, and finishing up. Good, we're gonna extend one leg. Take one leg and just hug it in towards the chest. So, lengthening the spine. Take a nice full breath here as you lift from the crown. Good, and then we're gonna switch legs. So this leg extends long. The other one comes in and hugs the chest. And as you hug the chest, think about growing tall. Use those muscles in the back. And now you can do that again where you do single legs, or you can extend both legs out, either pointing the toe or flexing them. I think it's easier when you flex the feet. So the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. We're going to inhale both arms into the sky, and we're going to up towards the ceiling. Think about lengthening your spine and you're creating an L shape with your body. This is called the staff pose. You're working your legs, core, arms. So try and lift so that your heels are actually coming off the ground. This will activate the muscles all the way up the leg. A couple more breaths. Beautiful. And then relax the arms to cactus. Take your time. Take your hands down. Relax the legs. Good. We're going to bend the knees. And we're going to bring our hips closer to our heels so we can roll down onto the floor. Good. Take your time. Arms at your side. Take a nice full breath. Relax your abdominals. You're going to pull your navel towards your spine. Again, we're going to bring the right leg up to tabletop. And then we're going to exhale down. So try that again. Take a nice deep breath. As you exhale, the navel goes down towards the spine, and the other leg comes up to tabletop. And then relax back down. So now we're going to try and bring both legs up again. Take a nice deep breath. Navel to spine. Lift one leg, and then the other. Good. And then take a nice deep breath. Hold it here. Maybe even peel up, forehead towards the knees and raise the arms. Work in the core a little bit more intensely. Good, and then exhale down, lower the legs one at a time. So we're gonna work on an exercise called heel taps, and that really engages your core. So we're gonna start with the hands at our side. Take a nice deep breath, again, peeling down, lifting one leg at a time. But now we're gonna go ahead and flex the feet, and we're gonna keep that lower back glued to the mat or the floor, and then we're gonna tap the heels one at a time. So if this is too challenging, tap a toe instead. Because when you point the toe, you don't have to go down quite so far, you're just tapping the toe. Once you flex the feet, you have to drop a little farther. That'll make that core engaged a little longer. So we're gonna do 4 more. You can alternate. Two more. Last one. Beautiful. So hopefully you can feel that in your stomach. We're gonna go ahead and make sure our feet are flat on the floor, about hip distance apart. Hands are back at our side. We're gonna work on bridge. You're gonna push into the floor. You're gonna pull your navel in and start lifting your tailbone gently off the floor as you push into the ground with your feet. So just raise your hips wherever it's comfortable. Make sure those hips are level. Good, the arms are there for balance. You're rolling onto your shoulders and you're just looking straight up and breathing. Take this opportunity to take some nice long breaths. So being in the bridge is going to strengthen that lower back. So the core is so important. It's important to always do some abdominal exercises first and then work on lower back. So you're working on both the front and the back of your body for balance. So we're going to start from the neck and just peel down. And then we're going to take one leg up and then the other. And you can either reach under your knees and just hug your knees to chest. This is level 1. This feels wonderful. And if your lower back is a little sore, you can take your hands on your knees, even make some little circles, just massaging that lower back. But if you've been doing yoga a long time and you'd like a deeper stretch for the lower back, you can lift each leg and then you're going to reach to the outside, either the ankle or the outside of the foot. Take the legs wide, drop the knees in towards the body for happy baby. So whatever feels good for you today. Good, we're gonna take one more deep breath, whether you're hugging your knees to your chest or doing happy baby. Good, exhale and lower it down. Good, we're gonna pick up one leg, doesn't matter which one, because we're gonna just cross ankle over knee. We're gonna take one hand and just push that knee away. This is called the figure four. This is a wonderful hip stretch. This will help all that balancing we did earlier, working the hip. This will help stretch it out. So you can stay right here, or if you want to work harder, you're taking the hands behind the thigh, coming into a full hip stretch. So this is reverse pigeon. And again, you're focusing on taking some nice long breaths, try and relax. Good, one more nice deep breath. And then on the exhale, you're gonna lower both legs, and then we're gonna switch sides. So ankle over knee, and decide if you just wanna open into that figure four, just release that hip. This is also gonna do wonders for the hip, or reach underneath the other leg. Good, hug those knees a little closer in towards your chest. And you're breathing. Deep breathing is sending a message to your brain just to relax in your stretch, and you'll be able to stretch a lot deeper if you're not holding on, if you're not being tense in your body and not shallow breathing. So take a nice, easy, long breath. And relax in this stretch. Just let go. Wonderful. And then on the exhale, we're gonna, again, lower both feet. And then we're gonna go ahead and use our arms. We lift our head first, and then our shoulders, and use our arms to kind of bring ourselves up. And then we're coming all the way up to sitting. And we're gonna bring the feet around, and both knees are facing one direction. We're gonna do the deer pose. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. We're gonna turn towards the knees. And then with one opposite hand grabs the knee, we look back over our shoulder. And then inhale, come back to center. And then just take the legs the other way. So the knees are pointing the other direction. Opposite hand starts to twist. We reach over to the opposite knee, sit up nice and tall. This back hand is your kickstand as you look over your shoulder. Good, and then come back to center. And then bring those legs in. We're gonna bring the soles, the feet together, and try and relax those knees out to the side. So you can grab your toes, sitting up nice and tall, folding forward. And with every exhale, you're sinking a little deeper into your stretch. Good, and then we're going to inhale back up, and we're going to cross at the ankle. So whatever feels comfortable for you. Your feet can be way out in front of you. You can tuck them in close to the body. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands out in front, and we're going to walk our hands out. And we're going to make sure our hips stay anchored and go as far as you can. When you start to feel a stretch in your lower back and your hips, then pause. Good, inhale, walk your hands back, and we're gonna walk over towards one knee, and we're gonna fold into that the leg. Good, walk over towards the other side. Make sure your shoulders are square to the other leg. Just coming down onto the fingertips, exhale and fold. Good, inhale slowly up. We're going to take one hand to one hip. The other arm is going to reach up towards the sky. We're going to roll out the wrist. And again, those hips are anchored. You're going to feel a wonderful stretch through those side obliques. And then we're going to just circle the ankle. And then if you want to go deeper, you just bring that arm overhead. Good, nice deep breath. And then inhale nice and tall, the other hand comes next to the hip. We start just by lifting up and then roll out the wrist. And you can just stay right here, or you can extend that arm overhead. Wonderful, and then take a nice deep breath. Bring both arms up. We're going to interlace the fingers again. We're going to round. As the arms come forward, we're going to round the back. So let's do two more. Inhale, tall. Go where you can. And then exhale, round. Last time. Inhale, stretch. Now pull your navel in towards your spine, curling your back. Good, and then inhale back up. We're going to release the arms. Both hands are going to rest on the floor. We're going to take our right ear, dip it towards our right shoulder. And if you want a little deeper stretch for the neck, you can take the opposite arm and just float it up. So that's just sending this neck stretch down the arm and straight out the fingers. Just intensifies the stretch. Then take a nice deep breath as you center. The outstretched arm is going to come across to the opposite shoulder. We're going to support the elbow as we look away. Good, and of course we need to go to the other side, so we're going to take the hands down. Take a nice deep breath as you sit tall. Just gently dipping the other ear to shoulder. That arm is optional if you want to lift it up. Good, take a nice deep breath as you lift your head, center it, and take the arm across. Good, and then coming back to center, we're going to do one more stretch. It's for the neck and for the back. So what we're going to do is we can either recross your legs, or you can take your legs out in front of you. We're going to sit up nice and tall and take the arms out, open up the heart center, reach up. And then we're going to come forward, and I want you to give yourself a hug. Drop your forehead towards your knees. So whether your legs are crossed, you're just folding forward. And then inhale again. Take a full breath. Expand. Reach those arms back. Open up your heart center. And then come around, cross the other way. Give yourself a hug. Round your back. And then last time, and if your legs are outstretched, you're inhaling, expanding, and then you can bring the hands directly underneath your knees and round this way. It's a little easier. Good, and then take your time as you sit up nice and tall. We're gonna bring those feet in, and we're gonna finish with 3 nice yoga breaths. So sitting up as tall as you can, take your time, slowly float those arms up and bring your hands in prayer. Exhale back to your heart. So I'm gonna let you do 3 at your own pace. Good, give me one more. Connect with the breath. Keeping your hands in prayer, take a final cleansing breath. Just relax and be in the moment. I'd like to wish everybody Namaste. And thank you for joining me, and I hope to see all of you in person soon, but until then, keep watching, stay healthy. Bye-bye.